Ram Katha. The greatness of this Ram Katha. And he uses so many wonderful similes and metaphors and all to bring out this importance of Ram Katha. And I told last night that it should not be taken lightly. Rarely, if anybody drowns himself in these singing the praises and glories of Bhagwan, there is something in Sanskrit we'll encounter when we get to our Atma Bodh, that is called as Brahmarakitavat. Brahmarakitavat, simply what it says, when we get there, we'll see that story, is whatever you keep your mind close to, your mind will metamorphosize into that thing. So if we keep our mind suffused with the spotless glories of Bhagwan Sri Ram, how our mind will become? You see? The most wonderful thing about this world is everybody wants to have all the benefit of all good things without doing any good thing. That is an amazing thing. We want to have the benefit of everything. See, the whole world is like that, in every regard, whether it's spiritual or material. A person want to become rich without working. You buy a lottery for $2, 200 million. That's everybody's dream. You see? He wants to have the benefit of riches, but without working. And that goes to spiritual field, material field, everything. He wants to get the certificate with his name and degree, But he doesn't want to go and study there and do the homework and the assignment and this and listen to that professor. I don't know what karma I did in my last life. He tells when he sits there to listen to that. You see? How? That is a wonderful thing about human being. So we want to have the bliss of spirituality, but we don't want to associate our mind with Ram Katha. We don't want to do all of these things. How you must? Somebody must touch me. Swamiji, touch me. Touch. Yeah. People go on telling, touch. Like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched Swami Vivekananda. And so, because one time that happened in the history of human civilization, everybody feels, well, that's the way it should be done. That is the exception to the rule. The rule is hard work. Self-effort. Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani namanorathai. By hard work only everything comes. So, Ram Katha, we have to make sure that we keep that thing, that the glories of Ram himself tells, Yeah, that. Mama guna gavat pulak sarira gad gad gira nayana bahanira. Singing my glories, Bhagwan says. Singing the glories of Ram. Mama guna gavat pulaka sarira. The hair should stand on end and tears should come from the eyes. Nobody wants to do. He goes and he looks at these people. What is wrong with them? Why are they crying? These people have to be nuts. And he walks away. What benefit he'll get? So one is supposed to really drown oneself in this Ram Katha. So Tulsidas is praising this Ram Katha now in so many different ways. Now we saw that we ended somewhere there yesterday. After 31. Sadguru, Samana Papa, Santapa, Sokake. There we ended. So let's chant that whole thing till the Doha and all, right? रामचरित चिंतामणि चारो संत सुमति थिय सुभग सिंगारो जग मंगल गुण ग्राम राम के दानी मुकुति धन धर्म धाम के सद्गुर ज्ञान विराग योग के विबुध वैद भव भीम रोग के, जननी जनक सिय राम प्रेम के, बीज सकल व्रत धर्म नेम के, समन पाप संताप शोक के, प्रिय पालक परलोक लोक के, सचिव सुबत भूपति विचार के, कुंभज लोभ उदधि अपार के, काम कोह कलिमल करि गन के हरि सावक जन मन बन के, अतिथि पूज प्रियतम पुरारि के, कामद घन दारिद दवारि के, मंत्र महामणि विषय ब्याल के, मेटत कठिन भुअंक भाल के, हरन मोह तम दन हरन मोह तम दिन कर कर से, सेवक साली पाल जलधर से, अभिमत दानी देव तरुबर से, सेवत सुलभ सुखद हरिहर से, सुख विसरद नव मन उड़गन से, राम भगत जन जीवन धन से, सकल सुकृत फल भूरि भोग से, जगहित निरुपधि साधु लोग से, सेवक मन मानस मराल से, पावन गंग तरंग माल से, कुपत कुतरक कुचाल कली, कपत दंभ पाषंड, दहन राम गुण ग्राम जिमी, ईंधन अनल प्रचंड, रामचरित राकेश कर, सरिस सुखद सब काहू, सज्जन कुमुद चकोर चित, हित विशेषि बरलाहू, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। रामचरित चिंतामणि चारु संत सुमति तिय सुभग सिंगारू। Have you noticed that every doha, the last, second to last, the penultimate, what is that? Not vowel, penultimate letter is always long. Look, every doha, Imagine he writes going down all the way down to the end of Ramayana. And the penultimate swara is always long, see? Shand, Chand, Kahu, Lahu. Syllable. Second to last one. Always long. And he has to maintain that from beginning of Ramayana till and get the meaning which he wants to also get there. And make it rhyme too. Amazing thing. So, glorification of this Ram Katha. Sachiva Subata Bhupati Vichar Ke Kumbhaja Loba Udadi Aparasi. Hey, I finished that. How you told them? Yeah. Samana Papa, you're talking about the whole one. I finished that. Kama Koha Kalimala Karigana Ke. The Karigan means all the wild elephants living in the forest. All the wild elephants. Karigan. All wild elephants living in forest. They call it Karigan. Kari means elephant in Sanskrit also. Kari is elephant. They are Kam Koha Kalimala. Kam Koha Kalimala means they are all the impurities of this Kali Yuga. For example, Kama Koha. Kama means Kama, and Koha means Krodha. Desire and anger, and all the others which are all related. Desire is their godfather. Desire is all of their godfather. And from this desire fellow, so there are all these wild elephants living in this forest. And then, Ke Hari Sauk Janamana Banake. And the Ke Hari Sauk, some powerful young lion, scares away that. Look here, big as he is, that elephant, he is afraid of lion also. When that lion roars, because I do not know how many of you have been close up and hear a lion roar. Bapre. That among animals, I'm telling you also, that is the most powerful thing I have ever heard. A lion's roar. You have to be right close up like this. You also have to be prepared for his bad breath. But his roar is just phenomenal. That made me wonder how Bhagavan has, what he has put inside that throat of that lion to roar like that. So that roar of that lion makes all these elephants, big as they are. One day that lion came out and he asked that deer, who is king of the jungle? You. That deer said. He walked a little bit, asked that monkey, hey, who is king of the jungle? Monkey said, sorry, sir, you. Then he went there, met a small buffalo. Hey, who is king of the jungle? You. Then he met that big elephant. Hey, who is king of the jungle? That elephant took him with that trunk and threw him like that over there. Then that lion got up with his back and everything. I said, if you did not know the answer, you didn't have to behave like that. Why you have to behave like that only? But this is only a joke. When elephants also hear the roar of a lion, because the roar is so terrific. So, and now, in the forest of all the bhaktas, they say bhakta is given there. Jana mana bana. From the forest of the mind of all the bhaktas, means all the bhaktas' mind is like the forest. And if these wild elephants come, this Ram Katha is like that lion. You get that? This metaphor is a little bit involved there. Yeah, you have to think a little bit. If any of these wild elephants come into the forest of the mind of the devotee, and this devotee is equipped with Ram Katha, that Ram Katha is like that lion which will chase away all these white elephants of all these durgunas of Kali Yuga. That is the idea. Eh? How he thinks about all of them. And he weaves all of these words and all. Atiti puja priyatama purarike kamada ghana darida davarike. Atiti puja. Lord Shiva is the exemplar of this practice of Atiti Devo Bhava. See, Lord Shiva has nothing. Look here, he's sitting in Kailash there on some piece of ice only. Yeah? He's sitting on some ice. He has nothing. No house, no roof, no nothing. So when any Atiti comes there, any guest comes, Lord Shiva quickly says, hey, he tells to, because Ganesh is Ganapati, he is responsible for the Ganapati groups. So there's groups of ghosts there, groups of goblins there, Pisach there, all different groups come there, na? Ghosts and goblins and all. Different categories. Now you can't put them together because sometimes they're mortal enemies and all, You can't put these groups and all together. So you have to keep them. So because if groups of frogs come, because everybody detests frogs, they have no other place to go for. They have no other place to go for refuge, right? So a group of frogs come there. And now a group of snakes are there. We just saw yesterday only. Frog and snake. So there's a Ganapati. Okay, all you groups of frogs, you stay here. Don't move. All snakes stay here. Like that, na? There's so many. All peacocks come. Now they're snake. Yes. But it's a kind of chain thing. So they have to make sure all the groups. But it is said that Lord Shiva, in spite of having nothing there, he is the exemplar of treating the guest as God. He holds the guest dear to his heart. Atiti puja. Puja means worshipable. Every guest that comes. And see, those same ghost goblins who nobody will accept, Lord Shiva will accept. Any scorpion or centipede or snake or anything that goes. Kana, Kani, Langra, Langri, anybody. So he is the exemplar of treating the one who comes unannounced. Guest means who comes? Unannounced. So he said, this how the guest is dear to his heart, so Ram Katha is dear to his heart. That is the meaning here. Purarike, Kamada Ghana. Ghana means a cloud. Darid Davarike. Davari means Davagni. Davagni means forest fire. Forest fire. That forest fire is considered to be Darid. Darid means poverty. See the word which comes before? Darid. Daridra. Daridra is Sanskrit only. Poverty. Poverty. Daridra. And Daridra has become Darid. So that poverty is considered to be a forest fire to burn the hearts of those who are poor. But he says, this Ram Katha is like Kamada Ghana, a cloud that comes and puts out that fire. A cloud that comes and puts out that forest fire, and not only that, brings life to that forest once more, like that. So it means so it will put out the fire of poverty from the heart of the person, and it will bring to him all his desires, fulfill all his desires. Kamada. Kamada means Kamam dadati or Kama dadati. He gives fulfill all desires, like that. Mantra Mahamani Vishaya Byalake. Vishaya means objects of the world. It's considered to be Vyal. Byal. Byal means here snake literally, but poison. Byal. So the objects of the world, all the material objects of the world, is considered to be poison. And this Ram Katha is Mantra Mahamani. It is a very precious and great and potent mantra. So this is going back to what we were talking about before. Remember, we were talking about those beach mantras and all that they chant when you get snake bite and some scorpion sting or something. I was giving you that example in the villages. How Lord Shiva has infused power into those mantras. So here, this Ram Katha is the mantra. Mahamani mantra. It's a great, precious mantra. Ram Katha. For what? For the one who is poisoned or stung by the material objects of the world. When one who is sunken in materialism, in worldliness, Ram Katha becomes the mantra for the person. It means the person has to study Ram Katha. All worldliness will go away. Other worldliness is an insidious, surreptitious thing. Oh, terrible. That person who is in spirituality also could be totally worldly. Totally. And that is more often than not. That whole spirituality and religion and everything is used only for material gain. Have you seen? A tremendous thing. All for material gain. So, this worldliness is so insidious. If the person who on the spiritual path, who is supposed to be furthest away from worldliness, he himself is in worldliness. He doesn't know. Stealthily it creeps under the crack of the door. And it pulls the carpet from under your feet. Anyway, too much drama. Too much drama. Too much drama there. But you get the picture what I'm talking about. The worldliness and worldly objects and all is the poison that stings us, or the poisonous snake that stings us. And there's a mantra to cure that poison. The mantra is Ram Katha. That is the idea. The praise is to Ram Katha. Metata kathina bhuanka bhalke. What a nice phrase line this is. Bhuanka bhalke. Kuanka bhalke, sorry. Kuanka. Anka is Ankit. Ankit means a sign, you know. They say that when we are born, the tradition has it, when we are born with all things already written on our forehead. At 30 years, diabetes aa jayega. 30 years. Everything is written there. 40 वर्ष में पैर टूट जाएगा. Everything is already. Means at 40 years you will break your leg. So that is called as kuanka. All the negative things which are already written there. Bhal. Bhal means forehead. That word is there. So he says, this Ram Katha is metat kathin kuanka bhalke. Not only there, kuanka means ominous signs written there, but there are also kathin, some difficulties and challenges and things that we are going to face in life, which we come with. There's a Ram Katha. Metat means mita dene wale. Means it destroys. The Ram Katha. If we go on chanting the glories of Ram, some people say, so you mean to say Ram Katha can reverse karma? Ram Katha can reverse karma. Whatever karma I have done. Well, several things can happen there, with this Ram Katha. Look here, Ram Katha will invoke Ram, who could reverse any karma. If Rama cannot reverse karma, then something wrong with him. Isn't it? But you cannot put anything outside the capacity of God. So, by Ram Katha, I can invoke the Lord himself. Himself tells, that he is waiting to come under the control of the devotee. And he can reverse any karma. So that is one thing which could happen. Second thing which could happen is, look here. If you tell me some insult, I did some bad karma in the past, I insulted somebody. But I study Ram Katha, when that insult comes back, I will be fine. You insult. You call me a fool. Then I'll tell, only today you found out I'm a fool. You were a little bit late. That insult will come, but it will really not do anything. Like that. Or, some people carry some sorrow for a very long time. Have you seen? That sorrow drags on for a very long time. At one place I was doing Gita, one Amma came and she said, Swamiji, my husband died and left me. I said, Amma, ये सब भगवान का काम है, It's all Lord's work. What we'll do? जो आते हैं, वो जाना पड़ेगा. He will have to also go. We can't do anything. And Bhagavan wants you to become more strong now. So he's left you alone. She told, then what right does he have to die and leave me alone? I said, Amma, he has no right. When the time comes, everybody has to go. So I tried to console her and all that. And the whole thing was over. I was about to leave now. That I just asked by chance, when did he die? She said, 12 years ago. And that crying was going on and on. I thought he died last week. The way the crying was going, I thought he died. So that's some people, they carry that sorrow for a very 12 years. So with Ram Katha, that sorrow can be broken down to 12 days. Whatever you have to go through, you go through in 12 days, finish. You see? So many things can happen with past karma. It's not that it has to go in one particular way. Several things can happen. It can help you to buffer the impact of that karma. People ask, how is it possible? That means to say, you circumvent the karma then. Hey, look now. Just, you see, you have to think completely. Think about all things. Look at this. Suppose I insulted that fellow. And that caused him 10 cubits of pain. I just to put some number, right? That caused him 10 cubits of pain. According to the law of karma, I also have to get 10 cubits of pain, correct? So we say, how now chanting Ram Katha, Ramayana, this, that, studying the glories of Ram, how I will, cancel that. Look here. If you are putting self-effort in anything, I told you in the past that any self-effort you are putting, that thing is called a tapas, because you are burning, you have to exert, correct or not? So you exert over 10 years chanting Ramayana or whatever, if you are exerting, that means you are burning. If you are burning, that is tapas, that itself is undergoing pain. So you just spread out the 10 cubits of pain, you spread it out over 10 years. But that you did not want to sit there in this posture and get the Ramayana and chant there, but you're exerting. Nobody likes to exert. You're exerting. So you just, that 10 cubits of pain, you spread it out over a long period of time, you did not even know that you went through it. So you got back your 10 cubits of pain or not? Any self-effort is exertion. Exertion is pain for a person. Nobody wants. I tell you, if you can get somebody to bring your food on your bed for you, you will love it. Nobody wants to get up and go there. We don't like. It's a pain. If your boss tells, don't come to work from today, don't worry, we'll send a check home. Nobody will go. Why you'll go there when you can go to Tahiti? Or wherever, I don't know. I don't know where Tahiti is, I'm just telling you. So, any sort of hardship that you put yourself through, that is painful for the jiva. So you just spread out your pain. And then what? Spread out, I told you, don't suffer in vain. I was telling you previously, why are you suffering in vain? Suffer and let it bring some benefit at least. Human being go on suffering in vain only. Look here, he suffers and he works whole week. He's working, he doesn't want to go to work, he works whole week. So he's suffering in that work. Nobody who likes to go and do that. And then he gets his salary and he goes there and he drinks with that money. So he suffered in vain. Suffering should bring some benefit also. So now we don't like to sit down there and chant Ramayana, study Ramayana. We don't like that. We go through it and then that will work out so much of karma. And at the same time, I will get the spiritual benefit. I will evolve also, isn't it? So I'm not suffering and not only that, this Ramayana brings joy. Chanting and studying the glories of Ram, joy we're seeing in all of these things. Those who really get into it, it becomes like a drug. Why not addicted to this? People are addicted to cocaine and ganja. Tulsidas himself said he transformed from ganja to Tulsi. Okay, so, yes, never think that your thinking is complete. You should never think that your thinking is complete. There will be still a million things that you have not considered. So when you say karma cannot be wiped out, you have undergone the pain already and you don't even know. Like that. From all points you have to see. So all of these things which are written there are so many things you can do. Haranamo hatama dinakara karaske. Dinakar means sun, Surya Bhagwan. Surya Bhagwan is like this Ram Katha. What it does? Haranamo hatama. Surya Bhagwan, the rays of the sun, removes the darkness of delusion. So this Ram Katha is like that sun to remove the darkness of delusion. This delusion is a big thing, and this whole course for 2 years we'll be talking about this delusion. This delusion will come again and again. And I told you, moha word is used there. In Hindi, moha means infatuation. In Sanskrit, moha means delusion. Delusion. Delusion means what? Simple, I'll tell you. Please remember this. The fact of the matter is one way. The fact of the matter is one way. To see or to think or to understand that thing in any other way, that is called as delusion. Like for example, a simple example we use all the time, there is a rope. The fact of the matter is that there is a rope. Now you see and you understand or think something else. That is called delusion. So anything, for example, now this human being, I think I am this body, but the fact of the matter is I am not this body. That is called delusion. My nature is such it, Ananda. But I'm thinking I'm body, I'm Dehatma Buddhi. Only Dehatma Buddhi, I am this body. Somebody touch you. Hey, why did you touch me? And in Western world, Western people, I tell you. You see, you go into any elevator in America or Canada, these Western countries, and in that elevator, everybody. Nobody wants to touch. In fact, if it's in India, kya baat hai, in that train, you're holding there, and everybody is from all sides. I'm telling him, no, seriously, for real. Literally, I let go there, and there's no space to bring my arms down. Because people are squeezing from all sides. When you let go, no space to bring, so people are squeezing from. And in the Western country, everybody, they don't want to touch anybody. And amazing thing. I was so suffocated in that train, I did like that. That fellow said, hey, don't push. Fellow in front. Amazing thing. So, now see, we don't want to touch the other person because I am this body. That is all rooted in the Atma Buddhi. I am this body and he is that body. So, and these same people, let me tell you something, those same people who are there, when they go to a Michael Jackson concert or Celine Dion concert or one of these people concert, right? When they go there, they are stretching their arms to touch that. Here in this, they don't want to touch anybody. But when they go to that concert, if they could touch that whoever it is, but you wonder what is wrong with these people. One moment you only want to touch, next moment you don't want to touch. So this Dehatma Buddhi is the strongest delusion of a human being. To think that he is this, and that leads to all sorts of contradictions and confusions and conflicting behavior and a whole lot of things. You just haven't thought about it. But you give it some thought and you'll see. Dehatma Buddhi is called delusion. So here he says that delusion is tamas, and is the product of tamas. Mohatama. See? Is the product of tamas. And now, tamas also means darkness. It's the product of the darkness of ignorance. That is the idea. Delusion is the product of the darkness of ignorance. And this Ram Katha is like Surya Bhagwan himself. And how nice this metaphor is, you see. Surya Bhagwan doesn't have to come from there to remove darkness, isn't it? Surya Bhagwan is there, but he's there and his light reaches all the way here. Ram doesn't have to come, his Katha. Rama himself doesn't have to come, his Katha is enough to remove this darkness of delusion. See how such an apt metaphor he uses. Sevaka sali pala jaladhara se. Sevaka sali. This sali word we saw before. I told you it's a nice special type of rice. Sali. So the sevaka of Ram, the devotee of Ram, he is like that rice. The special Vedic type of rice in the old days, in Vedas, this is where it comes from. And that rice is protected and grows by the rain. If that rain doesn't come, in here also, rice needs water. That cloud must give some water. So he says, this sevak is like that rice. This bhakta is like that rice. The servant of Ram. He is like that rice. And Jaladhara, the cloud in the sky which gives water to protect the life of that rice. Jaladhara is cloud. See, Jaladhara means that which holds jal. The cloud holds water or not? Which holds water. So that is Ram Katha. Ram Katha is like that cloud which protects the sevak, which is compared to be the rice. Without that cloud, the rice will wither away. Like that. Abhimata dani devataru barase. Abhimata dani means it bestows. It bestows all wishes of the mind. Whatever wishes the mind has, it gives. What gives? Ram Katha. What is compared to? Devataru. Devataru means the Kalpataru. Wish-fulfilling tree. So the Ram Katha is compared to this wish-fulfilling tree, which bestows all wishes of the mind, whatever the mind wishes for. So the one who immerses himself in this Ram Katha will have all his wishes fulfilled. The one who immerses himself in the guna, glories and mahima of Bhagwan, all wishes will be. And this is what Mahatmas do. And Mahatmas only have to have some sankalpa. And everything just happens. I've seen over and over with a Puja Gurudev. The most wonderful thing. One little sankalpa. Finish. Once we are standing in a Siddhabari ashram, Himachal Pradesh, Himalaya, Gurudev came out with his walking stick. And there was an engineer there. His name was Ram. He calls Ram. Ram! Gurudev takes his stick and he marks out. We'll build that hall right here. With his walking stick. We'll build that hall right here. And then he puts back down his stick. And then he said, Ram says, and I wonder where this money will come from, Gurudev? That engineer says. Where this money will come? Ashram has not a cent. We were all brahmacharis, we were all standing next to Gurudev like this, and he was doing that. And then behind, so many people were standing also. And in the back of the crowd, one Ammar is, Gurudev, I'll give you the money. All the money. This Mahatma only has to have one little sankalpa. He is rooted in the glories of the Lord. Na? One little sankalpa. Done. That all was built in fatafat, no time. This is it, how Mahatmas live in this world. And over, anything. Mumbai also I have seen, same thing. He'll come with his walking stick. That stick had magic, you know. That was a wand, you know. The wand, yeah. Gurudev stick is like a wand. Wonderful thing. Abhimata. Abhimata means all the wishes of the mind. All the wishes of the mind. Dani. This Ram Katha gives. Sevata sulabha sukhada hari harase. And it is easy to go on chanting the glories of Ram. It's sulabha, easy to get chance. You can go on glorifying Lord at any time. And sukhada, it gives joy. How easy, like how it is easy to access Bhagwan Vishnu and Bhagwan Shiva. They have easy access. You don't have. We don't need. Bhagwan is so compassionate, so wonderful. Let me tell you something. You could go and meet the Prime Minister or President. What type of procedure you will have to go through? Security check and this. What religious people sometimes. I'm telling. Once we went to meet Dalai Lama, Gurudev called up Dalai Lama. He said, "Look, I'm sending my brahmacharis there to meet." Dalai Lama said, "Yes, you send." So we thought, okay, this will be easy thing. He's in Dalai Lama, the Buddhist monk, and this and that will be easy. There were like about 15 layers of security. For a spiritual person also sometimes in this world, see this world how it is. So many layers, and pat down, brahmacharis have lungi and kurta, what you will keep there? Rub down, pat down, go to this, cannot, that thing, then bapre. And finally, there we have. So, even in this world, even a spiritual person sometimes so difficult to. But Bhagwan, Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. Premata Pragata Hoi Mai Jana. Tulsidaji right down, you will see down in Uttarakhand. Hari Vyapak, Lord is there. Everywhere. With just a little bit of love in the heart, we can access Bhagwan, the Lord of the universe. We might not be able to meet this Dalai Lama or this one, that one, but Bhagwan is Sulabha. That is why the word Sulabha is there. Easily accessible. And so is Ram Katha. That is the meaning. Ram Katha. And Sukhada, it gives joy, just like the Lord gives joy. Sukhavi Sarad Nabha Mana Oda Gana Se. This the glories and the gunas and traits and characteristics of Ram, of the Lord, which is given in Ram Katha, they are like Odagana. Odagana means stars. Stars. Odagana. And the mind, mana, of a Sukhavi. A Sukhavi means a virtuous, pious poet. Sukhavi. Sukhavi. Kavi means poet. Sukhavi means a good poet, a great poet. His mind is like Sarad Nabha, like the autumn sky, clear autumn sky. And all the gunas of Rama is like the stars in his mind. How nice. Yes. His mind is clear like the autumn sky, autumn space, like that. And all the stars shining. And all the stars are the great qualities of Ram. They are there in the Sukhavi, in that poet. Ram Bhagata Jana Jivana Dhana Se. And this, all glories of Ram is like the wealth that bhaktas, Ram Bhagata Jana, all the bhaktas of Ram, their true wealth is not money and house and land and property. Their true wealth is all the great qualities of Ram, which they have inculcated in their life, which they have imbibed. That is their true wealth. And the wealth that takes them through life happily. See, what is the purpose of wealth if you go through this life miserable all the time? Long face. A true wealth is a spiritual wealth which will take us through this sansar, dancing. You dance through the sansar. Otherwise, all the time moping. Long face. So, their true wealth is this Ram Katha, the glories of Ram in their own life, which they have imbibed. Sakala Sukrita Phala Bhuri Bhogase. And this Ram Katha is the result of all our good karmas. If we have done good karmas and all, we'll get to enjoy this Ram Katha. There's another thing, If that person has not done any good karma, he'll not have this opportunity also to enjoy Ram Katha. He'll go through it and say, yeah, theek hai. The meters are good. Tulsi Dashi keeps the meter well and all. Great poet. But he doesn't get anything from that. Ram Katha. No joy comes. Sukrita Phala. Sakala Sukrita. All good karmas result in enjoyment of this Ram Katha. Jaga Hita Nirupadhi Sadhu Logase. The Ram Katha blesses all people equally. It is there for the taking. Just like Sadhu Log, Nirupadhi Hita. Nirupadhi Hita means Sadhu, great bhaktas and all, they are there to bless all and sundry equally. Sadhus don't have favorite, We'll bless these ones. We'll not bless those ones. Like Surya Bhagwan. It doesn't say, okay, we'll shine on the banana plantation this week. Because those fellows, other plantation, that Karipattal, Karipattal, they had enough last week. We'll not shine on them. We'll shine on. Surya Bhagwan shines on all equally. Sadhu is like that. Nirupadhi Hita means their love is equally shared to all humanity and they take care of everybody. But this Ram Katha is like this. But Ram Katha doesn't, we can't say this is only for these people, for Hindus, or for Bhaktas, or for Indians, or the Ram Katha is for the prisoners, Ram Katha is for the beggars, Ram Katha is for everybody like that. Sadhu Loga, say, Sevaka, mana, manasa, moral, okay, and for the bhakta, the sevak, the devotee, the servant of Ram, his mind is compared to be a lake. And this Ram Katha is compared to be a moral. Moral means a swan. Swan swimming in that lake of the bhaktas. Bhakta's mind. Pavana Ganga Taranga Mal Se. This Ram Katha is the abundant, beautiful waves of the purifying Ganga. The waves of Ganga means all the gunas. Rama has compassion, he has love, he has charity, he has kindness, he has mercy, he has whatever you want to say. They are all the waves of the Ganga. Ram Katha is the Ganga, and there are so many waves. And there's an abundance of them. And they purify. Pavan. Then, Dahana Rama Guna Grama Jimi Indana Anala Prachand. It is a veritable fire. A conflagration to burn down all, means all the gunas of Ram is like Indana, fueled and which starts a fire, Anala Prachanda, fierce fire, to burn down what? Kupat, Kutarka, Kuchali, Kalikapata, Damba, Pashand, all these negative things. Kupat means? Pat means marga. Marga means path. People are always going on the wrong path. It will burn out that desire for that person to go on this wrong path. He will always choose. It's Sunday morning, satsang going on in the temple. Come on, let's go. Right path. Sumarg. He doesn't want to Sumarg. You tell him, come, let's go Maracas beach. We'll make a cook. Kumarg. Ah, yes. He's up. He has to leave at 7. He's up at 5. Sunday morning satsang. He has to reach there at 8. He gets up 9. Kupat, that kind of thing. See? Kutark. Oh, this one. Kutark means kutarka. Tarka is not tarka that you chonk, that kind of tarka. Tarka means logic. People always arguing against spirituality, against religion, against the Satchitananda, against Bhagwan. There are many people. Against. Anything you tell, no. They will find some argument again. So this Ram Katha, he says, is like a fire that burns down this Kutarka, burns down that Kupat. Then Kuchali. Kuchali means bad disposition. Bad disposition, wrong disposition. Always disposed in the wrong way. Or to make the wrong choice. Kuchali. Kali Kapat. The deceit of Kali Yuga. Kali Kapat. And Damba. Hypocrisy. Pashand. Pashand means insincerity, untruthfulness and all that. So the Ram Katha is like the fuel that starts a fierce fire that burns down all of these negative things. Ram Guna Gram, all the qualities of Ram. Ram Charita Rakesa Kara is like the moon. Ram Charita is like the rays of the moon, the light of the moon. Sarisa Sukhata Sabakahu, that gives joy to all, but gives special joy to Sajjana. Kumuda Chakor Chita Hita Biseshi Bari Lahu. Creates special joy. Biseshi Baralahu. See, the moon gives special joy to that Kumuda and that Chakor. Chakor is a Indian kind of bird. A bird. They say this Chakor likes this moon. And then when that moon comes out, he or she will sit there and will not look at anything else. Chakor. Partridge, some sort of partridge it is. He will sit and look at that moon. And that kumuda, that white water lily, also blossoms when that moon comes out. Two of them like the moon. Only that moon. If that moon is just one crescent, nice full moon they like. So the Ram Katha is like the Sajjana Chitta, which is compared to be that bird or compared to that white lily. The mind of Sajjan. The mind of Sajjan compared to be that bird or that lily. And Ram Katha is like that moon, which brings joy to that mind. Oh, I didn't get anywhere today. That other one short. Let us see. That other passage is short. केन प्रश्न जय भांति भावनी भवानी कीन प्रश्न जय भांति भवानी जय विधि शंकर कहा बखानी सो सब हेतु कहब मैं गाई कथा प्रबंध विचित्र बनाए जही यह कथा सुनी नहीं होई जनि आचरज करे सुनी सोई कथा अलौकिक सुनई ज्ञानी नहीं आचर जो करही असि जानी राम कथा के मिति जगनाई असि प्रतीति तिन के मन माही नानावाति राम अवतारा रामायण सतकोटि अपारा कल्प वेद हरि छति सुहाये कल्प वेद हरि चरित सुहाये भांति अनेक मुनि सन गाये करियन संशय अस उर आनी सुनिय कथा सादर रतिमानी राम अनंत अनंत गुण अमित कथा विस्तार सुनि आचर जो न मानि हहि जिनके विमल विचार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय किन्हीं प्रश्न जही भांति भवानी जही विधि शंकर कहा बखानी. Bhagwan Shankar is sitting in Kailash and Bhavani asked, Prabhu, please tell me this Ram Katha. Bhavani, Uma, Parvati ji, she asked, please tell me this Ram Katha. And he starts narrating. And Tulsidas ji says, Ki inhi prasna, she asked, Jahi Bhanti Bhavani, in the very same way she asked, and Jahi Vidhi Sankara Kaha Bakhani, in the same way Bhagwan Shiva answered. He says, So sab hetu kahab main gai. Exact same thing. I am going to sing. Just as she asked, and he answered. Katha prabandha vichitra banai. This amazing katha, wonderful katha, I am composing. Just as Bhavani asked, and Bhagavan Shiva answered. But you see, he's composing in a local language. That's why he said prabandha. He has to put it in a local language. Jahiya katha suni nahi hoi. Those who have not heard this Ram katha before. Jani acharaju karai suni soi. Don't be surprised after hearing it. Don't get alarmed or surprised or any such thing. Because, why? Katha alaukika sunahi je jnani. This katha is alaukik, otherworldly, out of this world. This katha. And sunahi je jnani. The jnanis who hear it, they know that this katha is out of this world means what? Supremely amazing. Like that. Nahi acharaju karahi asajani. Knowing that they do not become, means wise people do not become surprised. Because you cannot put anything outside Bhagwan's capacity. See? So why you should be surprised? If it is dealing with the Lord, anything is dealing with the Lord, why you should be surprised? Wise people know that. So if you have not heard this Ram Katha before, he says, don't be surprised. Ram Katha ke miti jaganahi. There is no limit to this Ram Katha in this world. This world could never ever fathom the limits of this Ram Katha. Asi prati titina ke manamahi. They know. They have this experience. Who? These wise people. Nana Banti Ram Avatara. Countless avatars of Ram. See, when we go and say Dasha, Nana, so many countless avatars of Ram. Ramayana is such a koti apart. And number of Ramayana are limitless also. Because if he has had limitless avatar, how many Ramayana? Kalpaveda, Haricharita Suhaye. And Ramayana are different based on Kalpa. Remember I told you? Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kal Yug. Then again it starts. So every time Treta Yug is there, Ramayana is there. So Kalpa Bheda. And all of them beautiful, Suhaye. Bhanti Anek, Munis and Gai. And the Rishis also sing it variously. So the life of Ram will be one thing. And then the Rishis, how they sing it also, that will be another thing. So all of them sing. Karya nasamsaya asa urani. Let not any doubt come in your heart. Suniya katha sadar rati mani. Listen to this katha of Rama with love and reverence and joy and reveling. Listen to it like that. Don't listen to it. I'm going to see what's wrong with that Ram katha. Something wrong, Something is amiss there. Ram, Ananta Guna, the gunas of Bhagavan Ram, Ananta, endless. And he himself is endless. So he is endless and his gunas are endless. Amita Katha Vistar. And his glories are vast. Inexhaustible, that is the idea. Suni Acharaju, Namaniyahi, Jinake Bimala Vichar. After having heard this, Ram Katha, don't be in any way surprised and don't put anything outside Rama's capacity. And those who have clear understanding, Bimala Vichar, who think clearly, they will know this. Okay. All right. So again, he's praising Ram Katha. Then, now he starts telling what? Well, I composed this Ramayana at this and this time, in this and this place, and how it came, and all. Again, we'll see that tomorrow. The date and everything is given. Name and date and place and everything. So there's nothing unclear. All right. Okay.